So I promised a review and my take on the Nike Next Percent. I ran the 2019 Chicago Marathon in them, and I actually surprisingly really liked them. I say that because I really don't like Nike too much. I was primarily using Brooks and Hoka to train, and then I just wanted to try these, and I'm actually glad I did. They're really a good shoe. So here it is. This is the Next Percent. The first thing you'll notice is that back looks kind of weird, but that's actually for as you're doing your up kick to be aerodynamic, which I don't know if that works or not. Another thing that I really like is in here, there you can see there's a cushion in there. It almost looks like they would be loose fitting, but that cushion really grabs your ankle and it's really a secure heel cup there. Next thing you'll notice is the offset laces. I don't know if you can get that in there. The offset laces right here, just so you can really cinch them down. The other thing is this material here. I don't know if you can see that, if it comes through, but it's called Vapor Weave. The other stuff was called Fly Knit. This stuff is called Vapor Weave, and it is really water repellent. I ran and got rained on one time in them, and it's really good water repellent, and it's incredibly light. I cannot believe how light these shoes are. I don't know exactly what the weight is. I'll probably put something up in the description with the specs on it, the tech specs. I'm just telling you how they feel to me. You'll also notice there's a little different from the 4%. There's this extra rubber here, and that's for gripping the cement on if it's rain or it's wet. The other thing that I thought was really interesting, and I can't even emphasize this enough to you guys, when you put these things on, it feels like you're walking on a trampoline. It's not just the carbon. I mean, you can't really bend them because there's the carbon plate that runs the whole way, but this ZoomX foam, there's the ZoomX foam. So in this shoe, they're saying on the website that there's 15% more foam than in the 4%, the Vaporfly 4%. So, I don't know what to tell you other than, the one thing that was really important that I've seen a ton of reviews on these, obviously, because they've been out for a while. Since the Chicago Marathon, they released them then. They run a little small to me. Now I can tell you my Hoka One One and my Brooks, I take 11s. I got 11s in these. They still fit, and I ran a whole marathon in them, and they were fine. But make sure you try them on, or get them from a place that you can return them, because my feet, I would like the next set I get is going to be an 11 and a half. What I can tell you about my experience with the shoe, that's kind of all the kind of technical stuff that they say. That's all the stuff that goes in the shoe. I will say that I'm going to do a review of the Carbon X's, which I also have. And they feel like night and day, and I wanted to like the Hokas better so much. Because I just like Hokas. I like their company. But I will say, I've run in the Brooks Glycerin 17, the Brooks Levitate 2, the Hoka One One Bandai 6, and the Hoka One One Carbon X. And when I run in the Nikes, I can run a bit faster. It feels like they're lighter. It feels like they're springier. And I have run faster in them. My fastest mile time was 6:24 in the Nike Next Percent. My fastest mile time in any of the other shoes was about 6:40, so about 16 seconds faster, which is a lot. And I know they just feel good. I mean, they're extremely light. They're comfortable. The offset laces, I don't know if they do anything, but they help. They do feel, even though the shoe felt tight, it felt comfortable still. So I don't know if that's maybe just the way they fit. But if you like, a looser fitting shoe, especially after you're racing, get a little bit bigger of a size. I did run the marathon in them. I would have shattered my goal. I learned a lot of lessons, and I'm going to have a video coming up on that, the lessons I learned. 2019 Chicago Marathon was my first race ever. I just started running about 2 years ago, and I figured, why not? Go big or go home. But I learned a lot. I did it in 4:04:11, which was a bit disappointing because I trained for like a 3:40, 3:45, and when I go back, and I'm going to have another video on this, so I'm not really going to give too much away, but I made some major errors that I think, first-time marathoners, and even if you're if you've done a few, some of these things that I learned might help. So that's my take on the Nike Next Percent. I think they're great. First of all, I think they're worth the money. I think if you buy the shoe thinking it's instantly going to make you faster, I think that's a mistake. I think training is still your number one tool to make you faster, and I trained really hard. I was running 70 to 75 miles a week at the end of my training, and the mistake I made there was I don't think I did enough speed work. But the Next Percent, I think, is a really good shoe. It's comfortable, almost too comfortable, and so if you are thinking of getting them, I can tell you they're well worth the money. That's all I can say. So stay tuned. I'm going to have another video coming up on the Hoka Carbon X's. I'll probably do one on the Glycerin 17s, and then I'm going to do my next video is going to be on the lessons I learned and some of the training that I did for the Chicago Marathon in 2019. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.